Oh yes. You are now watching another episode of the best worst show on the internet. Brought to you in part by Fat Guy and a Computer. And in association with Monkey and a Computer.
Our Imperium, and it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. It's how we cope with this change. Will we respond actually? Will we learn to speak to the world with a new humidity?
And recreate structures within our own communities for
Sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it. God damn it, Twitter. Why don't you ever do the live stream anymore? It says that it's live streaming on Twitter, but I never see it. It's a pain in the ass, you know what I'm saying? I just trying to make it work, and it just decides that it is not going to work. You're like, you are not allowed to stream on Twitter anymore, you fat fuck. Stay the hell out of here. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I don't give a shit. I'm just trying to do the thing here. But you got me going. Like, nah, authorize the application and allow it to open it up the wide situation thing, whatever the fuck, and it still doesn't work. I just don't know. Don't know why it ain't working today, but that's okay, cause it's alright. I'm overplayed. It's the motherfucking man. Well, what do you say? Just chilling out hard every single day. Waka flocka. Hello, you about that argument or whatever. Their argument that I'm making is when we evaluate tactics, strategies, and actions. The question being asked is there is a more horizontal distribution of power or not? Right? Equip us for self-determination or not? I don't know what to say to the world. I don't know what's possible. We can't know what the future holds. So we can invest ourselves in having more to our consciences now. No matter what we do or what we do, in such a way that others will feel entitled to do the same. Nudge, she's a puppy. Nudge, she's a puppy. Whoop, whoop. Daddy, I'm here for food, Daddy. You can't go into the stream.
In over 300 disasters.
Oh my
throughout the
God.
world. This is
What is this?
absolute
What the fuck? What is up? Welcome back to the best worst show on the internet. To all you people out there, welcome. It is Griftcast IRL, and I'll be your host, Mr. Manuel Chavez the third or the turd. depending on how you know me, otherwise known as Grift. Outside of that, some people call me Defango or whatever, but that's just a username, and that is no longer who I am because I love money. Yes, I love it. I love money. Although, whatever, things are happening. Oh my God, ¿qué pasó, mi amor? ¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quieres? ¿Tienes hambre? ¿Tienes hambre? ¿Quieres agua? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué se hace? Sí. Daddy, that's not real Spanish, Daddy. I know it's not real Spanish, my sweet puppy, but I love you anyway. I love her with all of my bunchy little hearts. And you know what? You guys get blessed because she decides when she's going to come on the show. It's not me. I have to go get her. If not, she's just on the bed sleeping. She's probably just hungry. You're hungry? Just a hungry girl? She's like, Daddy, I'm hungry, Daddy. I need some food, Daddy. I'm a hungry girl, Daddy. I'm a hungry girl. You had some Chinese food? Did you eat your rice? No? Why didn't you eat the rice? The rice fills you up. You gotta eat the rice, Lynchy. You gotta eat the chicken and the rice, not just the rice. Aw. So good, girl. Anyways, I'm supposed to be doing a show. What's up? Sorry. Maybe it's attention deficit disorder or something like that. I guess what do I have to bring? I've been playing games or whatever. I finally got myself a squad in Rust. It's a decent squad. We got some guys that are pretty good. We got some guys that are pretty new. I am not one of those guys that's really good. I'm the guy that sucks big ass or whatever like that. But I've been making friends with people on the server. We got raided today by some guys that had already raided our friends before, and then they re-raided them. And I had a rocket launcher, and I fucking rocket launched them once or twice. And they were like, "You're the only guy that actually did anything." I was like, "Well, that's all I had. I just had a rocket launcher and a bunch of rockets, so not like I saved anything or whatever, but I felt good. I blew them up with rockets. It's funny, when you're playing the game and people come take you out, and then they figure out it's my shit, and then they're like, "Wait, this is your base?" And I was like, "Yeah, I told you I sucked. I'm sorry there wasn't a bunch of stuff in there. I feel bad. Y'all wasted a bunch of rockets on this. I mean, we didn't really have that much stuff." But what I didn't tell them is that I had already moved a bunch of stuff to a secret location because my sixth sense was tingling. You know what I'm saying? I got the tingles that I was about to get raided. I went and hit a bunch of shit. Yep. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure my teammates, when they log back in after being really pissed off about the raid or whatever, when they log back in, they're gonna be all like, "Oh, no wonder those guys were bitching that we didn't have any sulfur or any good shit. It's because I already moved the fucking shit out of the base because I got the tingles." I would have been on earlier, but I immediately logged out, and then I was sitting on the bed with Lunchy. We were doing our normal thing with like that, and then I was like, "I'm gonna get raided," and I immediately was back out here. So glad I did that, because not 30 seconds after I finished moving shit, I'm just sitting in the base, and all of a sudden I hear boom, 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 and I was like, I did it. I was like, I did it. I fucking did it. I fucking did it. Happy. Sorry. You may not seem like it's very exciting to you, but it was very exciting to me because you know what? I've been selling poop for 3 days. And honestly, I'm not losing all that shit that I sold all that poop for. It took me a long time to sell all that poop. Eddie, you've been selling poop? Yes. The easiest way to make money in Rust is buy a bunch of horses and you farm their poop. You sell it. But yeah, I got the tingle. I was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden I got the ding. It's not even a tingle. It's just my brain goes, wee. I guess that's the only really way I can explain it, because there's really no noise or anything. But it's my brain makes a funny noise. It goes, wee. It's get the fuck back on now. Look. start moving shit. Start moving shit. My friends were like, what are you doing? I'm just like, I'm moving shit because I feel like we're about to get raided. Got raided. You like it? Wrong, sweet baby. Want some more chicken? You just gonna sit here and bogart me until I give you a piece of chicken? Okay, I know how much you like that, General. Don't say I never gave you anything, Lunchy. Because I literally just gave you some chicken right there. Yeah. You got banned from Sea of Thieves for being toxic? How did you even get banned from Sea of Thieves? How is that even possible, Magic Poop? And then why didn't you tell me that you played Sea of Thieves so that we could be playing together? We could have gotten banned together. Yeah. Let's see. Does Rust got OPR, offline raid protection? No, it doesn't, JR Riggs. It does not. So if you're offline, just like when you're online, they could just raid you. The only difference is say your character's standing up, you are sleeping. And then they just kill you. So yeah. That's why JR Riggs needs to get a computer. He needs to get off that console shit. He needs to get on the computer. And he needs to start playing a real man's game, Rust. I get it. You like all that high-tech shit with all them dinosaurs and stuff like that. Whatever, dude. That developer hates you. That's why I don't like playing that game. Because it's a cool game. But the developer hates gamers. And every action that they've ever made shows that. I mean, they're so bad, they're worse than CIG. And CGIG, I mean, they don't hate gamers. They just don't give a fuck about doing anything with any type of speed. Yeah. Yeah, JR Riggs, you can play on controller on the computer. You can play on controller on the computer. Just buy a computer. Like, double the specs. And you can play in 4K with the controller. Big-ass TV. And then you can be on Discord at the same time on a headset with me. And then we could be all like... I could be like, God damn it, I'd be like, God damn it, JR Riggs, we need to, you know? This thing has a mic. I just don't plug it in or use it. But it works. I use this one. This one sounds really good, though. I am super surprised. Like, I'm actually... Let's see. Does this sound? I don't know. Let's try it. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna switch the mic real quick because I don't give a shit. The show is live. Second one. Yeti X Logitech. Okay. Is it working? Is it working? Does it sound better? This mic is supposed to sound better. I don't know if it does. But this is the test or whatever. That's why I went with this one over the Artis Nova Pro, not because it was $350 and I'm poor, but more because this one said that it actually had a better mic. And it's supposed to be pretty good. Like, this is the new Black Shark V2 Pro or whatever, and it's supposed to be pretty great. And you're right, Scroatsmagoats, there is a mod for Rust that does offline raid protections. The servers that I usually play on actually do have that, like the Zombs PvP 3X. I would totally be playing on that server right now, though. The only reason I have it is because I don't have any teammates. So it's like me versus 3-mans and 4-mans, and it's just like, well, I'm not that good. So I could kill maybe 2 of them, but the 3rd guy always gets me. And then the 4th guy's looting my body, and then all of them are just fucking, teabagging the shit out of me. God damn it. Does it sound pretty good, though? It sounds pretty good. It feels like it. I don't know. But yeah, offline raid protection isn't popular in Rust. There's a few servers that have it, but none of the vanilla ones do. Yeah, none of the vanilla ones do. Yep. You probably have 1,500 hours in Ark. Damn, son, I have way too many hours in Rust. Like, I bought Rust many years ago, never played it at all, and then now I've just been playing nothing but it. And I mean, people aren't really good at the game. There's just a bunch of hackers, bro. Everybody's fucking hacking, bro. Everyone's fucking hacking. Everyone's fucking hacking. In some way. Okay, so you're not using the aimbot, but you're definitely ESPing. Or everyone's using recoil hacks. Like, I watch all of the YouTubers' videos, and I'm watching their guns, and they're shooting at people, and their guns aren't fucking moving. And I'm just like, recoil hack, recoil. The only one that I don't see that one on is Sigbog, and I caught somebody in his Discord because they posted a video of themselves that was sped up, and I was like, hey, bro, why are you cheating? And he was like, I'm not cheating. And I was like, here's a normal Thompson when it's shooting. It goes, da 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 da. Here's you shooting the Thompson, and his gun, like the back of his gun was going like this. And I was like, how did you get your gun to go like that? I know you sped it up so people didn't notice it, but I slowed it down, and I was like, your gun is going left and right. The gun's supposed to go up and down. Why is it going left and right? It would only be going left and right unless... Oh, right, because you're fucking cheating. Because that's what happens, you know? You're shooting at somebody, your gun's going like this. Doesn't go... When you shoot a gun, it doesn't go like that. It goes like this, or it goes like this. Not like this. Like this. You see what I'm saying? Like, the back of the gun's not moving up and down. Or left or right. Definitely not left or right. Yeah. I have macros. I don't need any of that. Dude, JR Riggs cuts 14k hours in fucking Arc. Like, this is how many hours I have in Rust. 1,172 hours. And I've almost achieved... I've gotten 56 achievements. So you can see... You know, I've been playing it a lot. This is the most played game that I have on Steam now outside of New World. I think New World I had like 1,000 hours. But now the winner on Playtime is definitely going to be Rust. Although, isn't there like a way to look up your playtime? I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? Not me. No. So, yeah, I told somebody how many hours I had the other day, and he was like, damn, you're this many hours in, and you're still sucking at PvP? And I was like, well... Less than 50 hours ago, I had to change what kind of mouse I'm using, so now I have to relearn how to shoot people in the face. And I was like, but even then, I was shitty at shooting people in the face because I would, like, go to line up, and then my hand would twitch or do something stupid. Or, you know, I wouldn't be able to shoot them. And I used to be really good at FPSs. Y'all know. Not anymore, though. Yeah, not anymore. Yeah, PvP at Rust is garbage. It's basically recoil. It's basically you're either going to go up against the guy with the Razer mouse or the recoil hacks or somebody that's got the recoil scripts. And then every 3 to 4 hours, you're going to run into somebody just straight hacking with aimbot. Probably every 2 hours, maybe even 1 hour, you'll get the guy that just uses ESP. So you'll be like crouching outside the base and you just fucking crouch walked your ass all the way up there so nobody would hear you. And he'd be like, I know you're out there, Defango. And I'm like, what? How the fuck did you know I was out here? I was fucking I crab walked all the way over here for like 2 squares, motherfucker. There's not even any windows on that thing. Get the fuck out of here, you fat fuck. All right, I'm gone. Later, guys. I'm leaving. I wanted to try to make a play. Never mind. They're like, get the fuck out of here, Defango. You suck. And I'm just like, yeah, I know I suck. It's all right, though. It's all right, though. Yeah. They didn't have cameras. How would they? That's cameras. They had cameras. They had cameras. They were cheating, dude. Can't see that shit with a camera. Camera. No, dude, like, they were raiding into somebody's base, and it was like a 2x2. Like, you heard me inside? I crouch walked 2 squares over here. That's not even real. You're not real. That's a lie. You're a liar. I hate those people. All right, I'm switching back to the other mic. Wow, does it actually sound pretty good? Pretty good. Pretty good, but then I know that my heavy breathing will come through a lot more if I use that all the time, because, you know, I'm a fat ass. I'll be like... It's just because I live up in the mountains and the air is thinner. Whatever. So, what? I'm supposed to be doing a new show today. Guess I got all these links. All this stuff that I totally give a shit about. So, let's just do it. It doesn't compare to the Pro mic, but it's good for a headset. Yeah, it doesn't compare to this mic, but that's the best headset mic that I've ever heard. Period. End of story. And the headphones actually sound pretty good. Like, they're not as loud as I had some Krakens from Razer, and those things were so fucking loud. Like, seriously, I think I still have hearing damage from them. Because I would put them on, and, like, if I had it at 100%, like, it was fucking loud. It was just so loud. And these ones don't even come near to how loud those are, which is actually nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, old Razer to watch movies is really good. Expensive, but awesome. I don't know. I still wanted to get the Artis Nova Pros. It's just that, like, after the other ones broke, you know, I had it for very many years. They didn't make the ear cups metal on the new ones. So the same problem could potentially happen on these ones. It's just a helicopter headset. So, like, if that thing breaks or whatever, you know, the up and down, I can fix that. I can just put another one on there. So, you know, plus it was cheaper or whatever. You know, I used to use exclusively Razer everything. I have SteelSeries everything. Slowly but surely. I'm breaking off it. I still have the SteelSeries keyboard that's like metal or whatever, and I like it. I just don't like the kind of plastic that the keycaps are made out of. I feel like they get dirtier. Dirty. But yeah. If you're looking to play video games, we are looking to start streaming Rust with our with the clan of badasses. And I am the best poop farmer you've ever seen. I'm also the best farmer you've ever seen. Best electrician you've ever seen. Best automation guy you've ever seen in Rust. Like, I come up with shit that even the guys that have been playing the game for 1,400 hours don't even fucking know. I'm a genius. Come play with me. But outside of that, I had something for you that I wanted you to see or whatever. I don't know. I had to see it, so I want you to see it too. We'll start the news here.
And I want to say one thing to your children. I know some really great ice cream places around here. And Daddy owes you. Okay? So talk to me afterwards. Folks, and I want to say one thing to your children. I know some
Joe
really
Biden's
great
looking
ice
a little
cream places
strange,
around
dog.
here. And Daddy owes you. Okay? So talk to me afterwards. Folks.
I don't know where to get some ice cream, kid. I mean, it's weird thinking about that, but I don't know what that was all about, you know? It's funny. Funny. Kids are weird because, you know, like, I'm old now, so, like, I'm old enough to be somebody's dad, right? Which freaks me the fuck out because I don't have any kids. But, you know, like, I could be a dad, probably. I think I would be an alright dad. You know, most of the time be spending playing video games and shit. But, you know, my kid would probably think he was cool. I was cool, right? Yeah, I would get stuck with some kid that wanted to play football and shit. I'd be like, all right, let's go do the sports, kid. Give me that baseball. Let's fucking throw that shit. And then I would, like, throw it at him a couple of times and then accidentally throw it too hard, smack him in the face. Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But, you know, it makes me wonder about the future. Kids. Like, there's so many kids that play Rust. It's ridiculous. I'm like, how old are you, kid? They're like, I'm 12. And I'm like, you're 12 and you're playing this game? What the fuck? Where are your parents? Oh, my mom lets me do whatever the fuck I want. Oh. Cool. Cool. Now another teaser just to get the day started. This one's from the United Spot.
Cause we're the best three friends that anyone could have. We're the best three friends that anyone could have.
So, what do you want to do today? Dress shopping? What? I mean, same thing we always do. Try and find a way to reset the world.
Hey, did you guys see how much land I bought?
Yes, Billy. We're all real proud of you. Yeah, way to go, Billy.
Everybody's doing what I say. It's so cool.
No, everybody's doing what I say. I'm in control. No, everybody's doing what I say. I'm in
I
control.
thought I was in control.
Well, you thought wrong.
George, Klaus says I'm not in control.
Shut up. We're all in control, okay? Okay, but I'm the most in control, right? No, we're all equally in control.
But I wanted to be in control of everything.
I should be more in control than you.
Nuh-uh. George, Klaus is being mean to me.
Klaus, be nice to Bill. He started it.
No, you started it.
No, you did. Guys! We're all in control, okay?
Okay.
And we're in control. Why?
Because we're the rich three friends that anyone could have. We're the rich three friends that anyone could have. And we'll never, ever rat out on each other.
Because we're the three best friends that anyone could have. Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Because we're the best.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know where I got that from, but it's just kind of like, hey. So yeah, that's where the news is today. I feel like those two videos really just kind of show us where we're going to be going with everything today. Because, you know, today is a weird news day. There's a lot of little things here. Nothing really big happened. Well, let's go ahead and go. I guess the first one we'll bring up today is, remember when they outlawed the birth control pills? Well, that's coming back up today, and a ruling deals a blow to access of the abortion pill mifepristone, but nothing has changed just yet. So I know that some of you guys were at least worried about it, or should I say, some of you ladies were worried about it. I'm sure there's guys out there who are worried about this too, but yes, the Federal Appeals Court ruled Wednesday that mifepristone, one of the two pills used in medical abortions, should not be prescribed past 7 weeks of pregnancy or via telemedicine. However, a previous stay by the Supreme Court means that it won't go effect right away. The pills will remain on the market in the states where abortion is legal and available by telemedicine by mail for the time being. In a 93-page ruling, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans sided with the plaintiffs that want to restrict the use of mifepristone, a pill used in medical abortions. Technically not a medical abortion, technically a pill abortion, but whatever. The Alliance for Defending Freedom, which brought the case, cheered on the opinion. They said that this is a significant victory for doctors and medical associations we represent, and more importantly, the health and safety of women, says Aaron Holloway, a senior counsel for the Alliance Defending Freedom. Ooh. So, yeah, what does that mean? That means that, guess, the whole stop to the abortion pill is probably going to stay on, although they are still going to be able to acquire the specific drug for the time being until a better ruling can be made. Yes, a better ruling. So the FDA and the Department of Justice are defending in this case, and they basically said that the department strongly disagrees with the ruling and is looking for the Supreme Court to rule on it, even though, well, you already know. Mari Ziegler, a professor of law at the University of California, UC Davis, who has written books about the history of abortion, says she's not surprised by the decision. My impression is that the Fifth Circuit is trying to resurrect what has been a pretty flawed case in hope that the Supreme Court conservative enough that there will be no case too weak or extreme, really, for this court on abortion. So now the Supreme Court could decide to hear the case in the fall, possibly with another case from Washington State that seeks to expand access to medicine. If it decides not to hear the case, the Fifth Circuit's decision could stand. And yeah, it's an unprecedented challenge to the authority of the FDA to approve medications because, well, in the past, they haven't really done a really great job of approving some things, and other things maybe they have done a great job, but at the end of the day, we're still trying to figure out what's happening with this situation. And if you didn't know, mifepristone is also sold in part with misoprostol, which is a 2-drug regimen that's used in about a 50% of abortions now. So instead of, getting rid of it after the fact, usually people just take the pill, and it's usually 2 different pills that you take in order to create the medically induced abortion. Yay! So they've determined that this abortion successfully terminates about 99.6% of pregnancies and has a mortality rate less than 0.001%, but it's not really about that. It's about something completely different. And what they said, the Fifth Circuit rightly required the FDA to do its job and restore crucial safeguards for women and girls, including the ending of illegal mail order abortions. The FDA will finally be made to account for the damage it has caused to the health of countless women and girls and the rule of law by unlawfully removing every meaningful safeguard from chemical abortion drug regimens. So what they're saying is that the Supreme Court will be likely to hear this case in the fall of 2023, but won't be making any rulings until the spring of 2024. So that basically means that the stay on the drug is going to remain of effect till possibly spring of 2024 is basically what they're saying. So it's going to be the choice of the Supreme Court on whether they're actually going to make any rulings on it or even take the case, and we'll know within the next couple of weeks if that's going to be the case. And if they end up taking the case, that stay will be basically in effect until the case is taken and litigated, which is really interesting. So as far as you know, what that means is that you'll still be able to buy Plan B and certain other drugs that are very similar to it in states where it's legal for the time being, but anything else after that, well, I guess you're screwed, basically, is what they're saying. And this is obviously going to piss off a lot of liberals out there that just can't keep their wieners and vaginas to themselves and have to bang everything that they see. I'm not one of those people, dude. I can hold it in for a while, though, but when I see the one I want, I'm gonna get that ass! Whatever. So, I guess that's just something interesting, something that's not Donald Trump related and everything else out there that we can all just kind of look at and be like, wow, that's crazy, because it's big news. Big. Now, we've been talking about it for the last couple of days, and we'll probably still be talking about it. Oh, pushed the wrong button. For the next couple of days, but it looks like some people are angry, some people are happy. It seems that people are generous, though, is what I see from this. And whoa, what do we get this right here? Oh my God, Mr. Jim Jones is purchasing my Griftcast IRL mug from the store. Holy crap, dude. Thanks a lot to Jim Jones for purchasing one of our fancy, fabled Griftcast IRL mugs. All he had to do that too is just go to griftcastirl.com. And you can literally go to our merch store and purchase stuff. Let me pull it up for you right there. See, look at that. You can even watch the show when you're right there. And you can even see the chat stuff if you're logged in. You didn't even know that. You didn't even know that our shit was that great. You didn't even know. But yeah, if you go to the merch store, you can actually purchase the My Griftcast IRL mug for the low price of $15.40. And you know what? That's definitely going to come out here and support us. And when you're buying stuff like this, really, it's like you're making a donation to us and you're getting a free mug. And if you think about it that way, it seems to be just all right. So we appreciate you. You can also hit that link if you go to griftcast.com. There's also a link there for you to be able to get it. So thank you so much for supporting the channel, Mr. Jim Jones. And always buy stuff because I need money. That's right. I love money. Griff over here. I love money. I need lots of money. That's why I rust. I'm the money man, bro. I just farm the horses and I sell the poop and I make the scrap because I'm rich, bitch. All right. Telling you, I got it down to science. What's this? GoFundMe fundraisers for Maui wildfires have drawn in over $30 million in contributions. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? And just to put it into perspective, that's more money than the United States government has put up to help the people of Maui, Hawaii during this horrendous wildfire situation. But yes, over 250,000 people have made donations according to GoFundMe, and they are just drawing in hella cheese to help those fools over on Maui get out of this terrible, terrible situation where the state's trying to buy up their land for pennies on the dollar, and everybody's bringing up direct energy weapons and all this other crap, and nobody's talking about how, well, they just kind of let the infrastructure get all fucked over and they just let it happen, which is basically what happened. They didn't need to use all that shit. They just had to not fix the infrastructure and let it happen. And that's exactly what we're watching happen right now. And it's fucking sad, dude. I can't believe it. But this is what happens when, I guess, you're lazy. When you get lazy and you see an opportunity, you take it. And they took it, and now we're dealing with many, many deaths, many, many people displaced out of homes. And I mean, where are they going to go? It's not like they could just like set up a boat, just chill out on the boat. Not that many people are allowed to do that out there. But it is good to hear that someone is actually trying to help out, and it's you guys. That's how it usually goes. It's you guys that are the ones that are helping out. And amazingly enough, the people that are helping out the most are not the government, as usual. That's how it always usually is. How it always usually is, my friends. But it's okay. I mean, is it okay? I don't know. I feel like this whole situation with the fires and stuff have just been kind of crazy. And, you know, don't think that people didn't survive the Maui wildfires. There was indeed a house that literally survived the entire blaze. Every house around them got burnt to a fucking crisp, but their yard and their house didn't get burned down. So I am currently trying to search for the person that owns this house because I want to know how they kept their house from burning down. But I can kind of already see it. If you look at their yard, it's all perfectly green, and you can see the outside edge of the garden seems to be pretty burnt up, but they probably just have a sprinkler system, and they just left the sprinkler system on, and they saved their house. And if they did use a sprinkler system of some kind, it probably wasn't working off the mains, and they had some kind of water, which I think that's what I'm looking at right here, honestly. It looked like they just had a tank of water that was just constantly spraying. But yeah. And some people say, oh, it looks fake. But yeah, one side next to the water, one side next to an empty lot, one next to the road, and one side of the building facing is significantly more space. So yeah, this guy got saved. And he got saved because literally it was the only place. Yeah, this isn't Oprah's house. Oprah didn't live in a little tiny shack like this. But this is a real thing. There was like, it's just like in Paradise. Like, there were houses that survived the Paradise fire. Because fire needs something to burn on. So, like, as branches and trees and stuff are burning, it can burn in the air well across the ground. But specifically, it doesn't matter if there wasn't any water in the veins or anything like that. All it takes is just making sure you know what to do. And if you have yourself some extra water outside of your house, I mean, you can even see it right here. This fucker was just spraying the shit with the hose and stuff, man. One thing is that, you know, you think that it's weird to see trees that didn't get burnt by the fire, because there's trees right here, palm trees. They got burnt all the way on the up, but the tops of them are still green. Because what are trees made out of, dumbasses? CO2, carbon, right? Isn't carbon like charcoal? You gotta light charcoal up pretty hot or light it on fire, don't you? Even then, it's only gonna burn the outside of the tree. It's not gonna burn on the end. It's gonna cook it first. What it's gonna do. Cook it, and then it's gonna have to dry out all of the water inside of the trunk before it can then start burning the tree down. which is why anytime you ever see a tree, I don't know, like that big ass one right there that kind of looks like an oak tree. You notice how the oak tree, like all the leaves and branches burned off and shit, but the tree's still there? Did it burn down? Because it's got all kinds of water inside of the fucking trunk. Sometimes I don't even know why I try with you people. Sometimes I don't even know why I try with you people. You're like, there was no water. They didn't have access to electricity. Call the generator. It's called a battery backup. It's called a water pump. I mean, shit. This guy, all he had to do was literally pump seawater into that bitch, and it would have fucking saved the shit. Nobody else did, though. But that guy did. That guy did. I guess the space laser missed that house. No, it didn't miss that house. It just... perfect storm, dude. Perfect storm. Makes me wonder, though. Everybody's so on about it. I've heard so many conspiracy theories on it, but you know what I haven't seen? Fucking evidence.
Right there on Bayou.
Show me evidence. Because, look at this. Pensacola, Florida's got a wildfires now, too.
There are no less than 4 hoses on it right now.
Or actually across the bayou, right there on Bayou Chico. That is too wild, man. Like, we got storms moving in. They finally got a boat putting some water on it, but it's going to take a while. This has been burning since like 8/21.
Recycling center. I'll tell you why, Edmond7. Have you ever been to Hawaii? Didn't you know that them Hawaiians... I mean, I'm not trying to be racist here, but I've heard from the grapevine. I heard from on the line that Hawaiian people are a bit lazy sometimes. I don't know. Maybe they didn't buy the sea boats that put out water or whatever. Maybe the cities didn't purchase them. I don't know. I heard that they didn't even have anybody working that day. And then everybody's all trying to blame the government. And all the government people were like, well, it was our fucking day off. You want us to work on our day off? Are you guys assholes? Like, seriously? Seriously? Okay, so we were off on the day that the disaster happened. You can't blame us. We were hanging out with you. Yeah, God doesn't usually leave evidence, and it's always an unexplained mystery when fire hits a property line and stops. Not really. Usually when fire hits a property line and stops, it's for one of 3 reasons. Reason number 1, the homeowner was educated enough to build a fire line around his house of some type of like shrubs or trees like ficus or oleanders to create a natural windbreak, so when the wind actually does come in at a very, very high speed, it stops the wind, and if those things catch on fire, they're super water intensive plants that don't burn readily, so they protect everything because the fire is going to spend all its time trying to burn down the oleanders and not be able to burn down the grass and everything else behind it. I mean, what's the other thing? The person actually had a water system to water them oleanders, so when they saw the fire coming in, they turned it on, and they just left it on. Because, you know, water and fire, you know, you can put out fire with water, but if something is really, really fucking wet, it doesn't matter how hot the fire is, the fire has to dry that thing out. So let's say you have a 1400 degree fire and you just sprayed it with 70 degree water. It would have to boil the water all off and make it into steam before it would even light the whatever the fuck it was on fire. Which is why people used to cook in water in the very beginning. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Or, I guess, what's the last thing? That person is real good with God, and they fucking bless their property, and God's like, I'm gonna leave them alone. And you know what? God usually leaves me alone. He'll take all of my shit, leave me with barely anything, but just enough to get the fuck out of there. But usually what he leaves me with. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. So, more fires are happening. I don't really know what to say about all of this stuff because, as you know, I am not into conspiracy theories. I make fun of grifters and make fun of dumbasses that are trying to make money off of bunk information. As always, it's what I've been doing for the entire time that I've been here. I mean, if you're expecting me to, like, jump on the bandwagon or whatever. For real? For real? For real? Yeah, dude, you survived through you have a fucking big ass fire happen in your spot, and then yeah, you tell us what the fuck happened, and you tell us what the hell happened. I don't know though. I don't know. Fires. Here's another fire on the Spanish island of Tenerife that engulfed a huge wildfire, and there's mass evacuations underway. So yeah, don't worry. Kickbot, do you agree that you are Jewish? No, I don't agree that I'm Jewish because I'm not. Yeah, I don't agree that I'm Jewish because I'm not Mexican. But whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and ban you from the chat because you seem like a dumbass. You asked me if I was a Jew? Like, what does that matter, dude? Bye. See you later, dumbass. Racist ass people. Are you a Jew? No. Do you like Jews? Not particularly. No, I don't really know very many of them. I know one Jewish guy, Gabe Hoffman. Seemed pretty nice. Little too much about, like, Jew stuff, I guess. You know, like, whatever. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm Catholic. At least I was. Yeah. He is the chosen people. Gabe is hot babe. This guy won't admit us he's Jewish. What the fuck? Oh my god. I'm not Jewish. Wow, did you just follow us from YouTube to another location to harass us? That's strange. That seems retarded. But yeah, still not Jewish. Still don't care about any of those white power fucks that seem to care nothing about Jewish people. Honestly, though, like, I think people like that should just have their faces punched in and be removed from the gene pool because they're literally like worst human possible. Whatever. What's this? Spanish Canary Island of Tenerife has a wildfire. Temperature is a mild 25°C. Mass evacuations are reporting. Arson change is suspected. The Canary Islands are not part of the Azores. Oh, okay, cool. What's that? We got a freaking hurricane, it looks like. And then we got a big fire. Wow. That's pretty insane, to be perfectly frank. So, yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, dude. Edbot Science. Titus, get off your alt, dude. Yeah, seriously. Like, why do you guys care about Jewish people so much? Like, anybody that cares about the Holocaust enough to make it their lives all about it today, when it happened that many years ago, is a psychopath, right? And that goes for both Jewish people and non-Jewish people. I think that you're a psychopath if that's, like, your whole entire lease in life. Psychopath. Psychopath. Dude, look at this guy. banning is a small hat tactic. No, banning is a tactic that we utilize to get rid of fucking pieces of garbage. And you'll keep getting banned every single new account that you made. You absolute piece of horrendous garbage. Go run along back to your fucking Nick Fuentes lifestyle where you're paying some fucking gay dude who likes to suck off dudes money to tell you about how great it used to be white, and then not even realize that the guy that's talking about how great it used to be white is actually a Mexican dude as well. A very, very dumb Mexican dude. Yeah. I know, dude. I think we need to list this chat guy. He's making some really interesting points. What is his points making? Banning is a small hat tactic. What's the other one? This guy won't admit that he's Jewish. Well, so how is that like my problem? No, I'm not with Nick Fuentes and Ali sitting in a tree fucking DMing young underage boys and trying to get their buttocks. That's not me. Nope. I'm also not those guys that do all of that and then for whatever reason seem to care nothing about a race of people that literally doesn't hardly exist around the United States. Like, have I even met a Jewish person in Carson City? I don't think I've actually met a fucking Jewish person in Carson City, to be honest. I mean, if I did, I didn't know if they're Jews. I don't walk around being like, oh, hi, I'm Manuel. I'm Catholic. Are you Jewish? I don't like Jewish people. That's not how I fucking go about my day. You know? Whatever. Somebody sent me this one here, too. This is a TikTok video from them Chinks or whatever. The Chinese. Good old Chinese TikTok. You know, TikTok gives us just nothing but amazing videos from fucking dumbasses.
So this is going to be the last video that I uploaded today. I have a ton of content that
Yes, Miss Hayes, Manny is a very common Jewish name. Manuel Chavez is such a common Jewish name. The most common Jewish name that ever existed. Last time I checked, that was the most common Mexican name that ever existed, but whatever.
I'm about to hike to the top of the hill and upload, but this will be the last video because it's very important to me that people watch this video.
Is it?
So I'm probably uploading more content about this whole thing than anybody else who's actually here on the ground is able to upload. But there are still many, many things that I'm not able to show, that it's really not the right time to show. I've spoken to many people that were in this neighborhood while everything was being burned to the ground.
Who said that? Edmond7 says Nick Fuentes, Ethan Ralph side all of a sudden looks like a good guy. Don't ever say that Ethan Ralph is a good guy. That guy literally got convicted of a felony for posting fucking porn of his ex-wife for revenge and then had to move to fucking Mexico. I mean, Ethan Ralph is equally as big of a piece of shit as all the other ones. I mean, okay, so he doesn't like underage boys. That's a plus, but he's still a piece of shit. Like, that's like saying Hitler was all right, which is like not what you ought to do. Like, honestly, all three of them are garbage. They're all garbage for their own reasons, but they're all equally garbage. You know? Irredeemable. Like, Ethan Ralph is literally irredeemable. Maybe Nick Fuentes could be redeemable.
Ground and saw the 100-foot flames, saw what was burning, saw what the catalyst was, how everything went, what the real story was. And most of these people don't want to say anything at all on the record about this. And I found one guy who was willing to talk about it as long as I didn't show his face. But after a lot of the messages I have been getting, I'm beginning to understand what these people are worried about. And I'm beginning to worry for my own safety. I'm beginning to worry for my family.
Yeah, Christina, there's always crazies in the chat where you're not paying attention. But that guy came from Kick because he's one of those Jew haters or whatever. And then he goes and he just calls random people Jewish for some reason. Even though you can't even be Jewish unless you were like born Jewish. Like you can't even get into the religion without like marrying somebody Jewish, I don't think.
Family safety. And so I want to speak directly to the powers that be. And, if you watch my other content, you will know what I mean by that. Nobody knows exactly who these people are, but we know that they exist. So I understand that maybe I'm becoming somewhat of a problem for you. And I want to be very clear that if I'm creating a problem, I alone am the problem. My wife has nothing to do with this whatsoever. I'm sure she would rather that I didn't do any of this.
So have you been listening to this dipshit? So yeah, apparently TikTokers who think that they're just fucking God's gift to this green earth that are currently risking their lives in Maui to produce content within the 12-mile no media zone are getting threatened on the internet. Oh my God! Somebody's threatening me on the internet! So this guy's like, yeah, if you have a problem with me, you got a problem with me, not my family. Shut the fuck up, bro. Are you stupid? This is why nobody can like trust TikTok content. You guys are worse than even some of the worst YouTube grifters that I've ever seen. Like, you think that you have something to worry about right now because people are threatening you online? It's probably some fucking dumbass idiots that could never do anything to you in the fucking first place. Like, so you make a TikTok video that's 5 fucking minutes long? We're getting threatened.
This because we have nothing to gain from it. I am really the
You have nothing to gain from it? Really? So you haven't been posting all these videos on TikTok for monetization purposes so that you can actually make money? Because that's the only reason that people post viral TikTok videos all over the place all the time. I mean, sure, you can tell everyone that, oh, I'm doing this for you, Southwest. But, reality is this thing that exists.
The only one with any interest in getting the truth out there. So
yeah, he's the only one with any interest of getting the truth out there. He's doing the hard work, but, everybody that's coming to talk to him wants to talk not on camera, not showing their face with the voice recorder.
If you need to do anything to fix this problem, you need to do it to me and not to anybody else. However, I will say one other thing, which is I have uploaded this content to a very close friend.
Oh, really?
Who is
A close
far
friend?
away in an undisclosed
Far
location.
away?
And I've also provided them with the credentials to all of my social media. So if anything does happen to me, the story should get out that way. I started
cool.
an X today, formerly Twitter. I couldn't do Jeff Cygnus. I had to do Cygnus Jeff, but everybody's been telling me to do that, and it'll be a good backup if anything happens with the TikTok account. So please
just
follow
in case
me there.
anything
I think
happens
I might have
to
8
him.
followers there, and whatever it's been. I mean, I think 60,000 more followers in the last day or something on TikTok. So clearly people are very interested in this, and that is really my only motivation for doing this.
yeah, that's his
I have not
motivation.
made any money off of it. And I
He
also
hasn't
want to
made any
address
money.
this idea that some people have posted that I am a disaster tourist. So first of all, I've been here for a long time. You can watch my first videos covering this or the fire when it's burning. So clearly I didn't fly out here to come see all this stuff. That morning, my wife and I went up to the blowhole, which is the opposite direction, because we wanted to see what that looks like on a day with so much wind. And so we got some cool footage there. And then we drove down the mountain and or around the mountain rather, and we saw a bunch of smoke. And so we drove towards Kaanapali. The resorts were as close as we could get. The road was not moving after that for reasons that are now obvious that were not obvious at the time. And I got footage of it. So this idea that I'm just here for this is bullshit, obviously bullshit to anybody who can think. And I have been here, killing myself, trying to help in every way that
himself.
I can. I've helped
Killing
offload
himself.
trucks. I've donated work, and this coverage, in my opinion, is very important for everybody involved here, the world in general, but also for all of the locals, all of the indigenous people that have been here a long time. I mean, when they do a ceremony in the Walgreens parking lot, is it better if 30 people watch or if 1 million people watch? What's going to get more donations? You know, what's better if the world understands just the depth of the devastation here, or if they
He's
don't
so stunning
understand
and
the
brave,
depth of the
dude.
devastation?
He's so
and
brave.
I have not
He's doing a service.
come across any human remains whatsoever. I have not posted any animal remains, and I have not done anything whatsoever illegal.
He's killing
everywhere
himself.
that I have gone has been a public
Self-proclaimed
place
hero.
and has not been blocked off at all. I have drone footage. I have footage of me going into these places. Now, that may have changed since I posted my content and my videos, and it changes on a daily basis. But when I went into these places,
doing God's
I
work.
did nothing wrong. So if anything happens to me, whether it's anything legal or anything else, don't believe it, and I live a very happy life. I would never do anything to harm myself. If anybody watching this is an attorney or knows an attorney that may want to speak with me and help me protect my First Amendment right and understand what I am dealing with out here in more depth.
Oh, yeah, he's dealing with a lot. Oh, you guys got to protect my First Amendment rights, guys. It's my First Amendment right to walk around my cell phone, record whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to get killed for it. They're threatening me.
Depth, then I am able.
If something happens to him, I'm blaming him 100%. You know why? Because he's the one out there making the videos, talking like a dumbass. You know, infomercial like, be like, oh, I'm just out here posting videos because, you know, I'm trying to help everybody. I'm helping everybody. I'm a helper. Shut the fuck up.
To really post at this point. I would love to speak with you and get some help and advice. And now the last thing I'll say is every day I will post a TikTok story. It might just be a quick screenshot or something. But if for any reason you don't see that story each day, then something happened, something is up, and I feel like it helps me if...
Yeah, bro, if you don't see me posting and I haven't put anything up on my story, the deep state got me. Yeah. Tell you what, dude, like, seriously, G-off sickness, I mean, would it be hard to dox this guy because he's literally utilizing actual name? But I mean, look at all this. Gather soil samples. Please protect yourself. Continue to share. Great content. I was on Maui. You're doing incredible work. The world needs to see us. Please stay safe. It's very informative. This is what sub 100 IQ individuals do for life. And you may not understand this, but you know, like me, I have a over 100 IQ, so I don't spend any time on TikTok whatsoever. So, like, anytime that I even go to this is because one of your asses posted it in my Discord, and I gotta go watch it now. And I'm just kind of like, what the fuck are you doing on TikTok? Like, the only time I ever see a TikTok video is if I'm on Twitter or YouTube and somebody re-uploaded it. So, like, if you're there on TikTok, I don't know what your fucking problem is. Probably the number one people could do. More people who notice if anything bad happens, the less likely it is to happen. Yeah, share my video, guys, so nothing happens to me. I'm totally not farming you guys for fucking views. So yeah, we'll be coming back onto this guy here probably in a couple of weeks to see how well he's been doing for himself afterwards. But yeah, if you ever want to LARP your ass off and get a bunch of views, this is exactly how you do it. Exactly. Exactly. Now, what else do we have? What is this? Motion to suppress any and all statements is insufficient. The motion must identify a specific statement the movement is seeking to suppress, as well as the theory of suppression. All motions in the timeline to be filed at least 5 days prior to the call of trial. Final pre-trial conference and trial dates. The final pre-trial conference will be held February 20th, 2024, and the trial shall commence on March 4, 2024. Extensions of deadlines may be granted when requested in writing and good cause is shown. What am I looking at right now? That seems like a really close trial date, like March 4th of 2024? Oh, fuck. This the Donald Trump trial? Holy shit, it's the Donald Trump trial. Yep, that's exactly what we're actually talking about. Motion for entry of pretrial scheduling order comes down the state of Georgia by and through Fulton County District Attorney Fannie T. Willis and the requests of the Honorable Court enter a pretrial scheduling order governing the deadlines for 23 SC 188947, State of Georgia versus Donald John Trump et al. In light of the defendant Donald John Trump's and other criminal activities and civil matters pending in the courts at our sister sovereigns, the state of Georgia proposes certain deadlines that do not conflict with those other courts' already scheduled hearings and trial dates. Oh, so they want to put Trump through everything just before Super Tuesday. Do you see that? Wow. So just as everything is getting kicked off with the election, the state of Georgia wants to start the trial on March 4th, 2024. So that would be next spring. That's literally the fastest RICO trial that's ever been put forward in the entire history of RICO trials. That's fucking insane. That's actually crazy. Like, this shouldn't even be happening until next year, probably August at the earliest. But can you see that how ridiculous this is getting? Because they're saying, oh, well, the other court dates are already happening way late, and ours is going to conflict. So we just want to move it up a little bit. So that's it. We just want to move it up because the other dates are conflicting. It doesn't have enough reasoning. It's not because we're trying to, I don't know, disqualify Trump through the public eye because we're doing a public-ass trial at that particular time. Seems almost RICO ridiculous, as CV likes to say in the chat. Yeah, that's what it is, actually. It's pretty fucking ridiculous. Normally, there would be a lot more time put forth, and they're expecting Donald Trump to fight this case and those other cases and run for president at the same time. No, they're expecting that he won't be able to do all that stuff. Ah, yes! And one thing to note is that a lot of people have been really digging deep into this one. And one thing is that the federal prosecutor, Jack Smith's phony indictment, which is not the one from Georgia, mind you, which is the one that came before Georgia, people are saying that it should be dropped because he intentionally falsified and perjured himself by signing off on Trump's indictment. The cited recording between President Trump and a podcaster that we've all heard was shamelessly altered to make it sound incriminating. Shocking, right? Thanks to reputable investigative reporter Paul Sperry highlighting the counsel Smith's indictment alleges Trump showed off a military paper that he boasted was classified as highly confidential and secret, but the transcript reveals Trump actually said, like, highly confidential and a secret. Smith conveniently omitted the words like and a sham indictment isn't worth the paper it's shamefully printed on, and once again Trump finds himself vindicated from a treasonous, federally weaponized judicial witch hunt coming from the Banana Republic, also known as the United States of America. Yes. Think about that. In July 2021, at Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, during an audio recorded meeting, the writer, a publisher, and two members of his staff, none whom possessed a security clearance, Trump showed and described a plan of attack that Trump said was prepared for him by the Department of Defense and senior military official. Trump told the individuals that the plan was highly confidential and secret, and Trump said, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is still secret, even though that's not actually what Trump said, right? So the more people start digging into these little bits and pieces of what's going on, and all the litigations, we're finding holes in every possible avenue because they haven't assembled a very good case against him. It's basically the weakest fucking thing that they could have ever done. The only reason they could even do it is because they're in power right now. If they weren't in power, they wouldn't be able to pull this kind of shit. But since they had the power, they could pull this kind of shit. And legitimately, he didn't show anybody anything, right? And all they're doing is misrepresenting the actual audio transcript that everybody's already heard. So to them, they hear one thing or they make it seem like that's what they heard. But in actuality, that's not what fucking happened at all. But that's not what they care about. All they really care about is him going to jail by any means necessary. Get this guy to seem negative in the eyes of the public, make up all of the different crimes that he's done, and he's going to get out of every single one of them. Even after all of this, there's still good people in the world. And I mean, it gets harder and harder to find them the more that you get to it. It's just, as far as we're looking at now, it's almost hilarious that they're splitting hairs over like and a and the. And why are they doing that? Because, well, they don't really care about the truth. They don't really care about what he said. They just care about taking him out, which is just kind of sad, dude. It's actually one of the most saddest things that we could have ever had happen to us. And I mean, it just makes it even crazier when you start looking at all these codes. Like, did you know that Trump himself might actually be able to get some repercussions on this one? And it was brought up by Chantel Rion. The Georgia code allows Trump and the 18 defendants to sue Fannie for DA for malicious prosecution and abusive legislation. Georgia Code, Title 51, Torts, Chapter 7, False Arrest, False Imprisonment, Malicious Prosecution, and Abusive Litigation. Article 3, Malicious Prosecution, 51-7-40, Right to Action for Malicious Prosecution, because that's basically what we're looking at in multiple cases. Like, through the Georgia case, this is considered to be a malicious prosecution by every definition of the word. And even in the case now that we see that the guy that's the special counsel, who can't even be a special counsel because he was already literally working for the government, and the special counsel is mandated to be someone outside of the government. But then, they said, who the fuck cares about the rules anyway? Well, here we are looking at this. It says Georgia law makes a distinction between action for malicious prosecution and one for malicious use of civil process. The former is strictly a remedy for malicious criminal prosecution and is governed by code sections in this article. The latter section has a basis in common law, and the essential elements of both actions are, however, substantially similar. So it'd be specifically malicious prosecution because it's a malicious criminal prosecution that we already know is fully unkept. So think about this, about it. Like, a criminal prosecution which is carried out maliciously without any probable cause, which causes damage to a person persecuted, shall give him a cause of action. And that's basically what we're looking at in the case for Georgia right now. They're charging him with RICO, which is literally the most awful thing that you could get somebody charged for. And it could really do some major damage to all of them. And they know that they don't have the evidence to actually convict this guy. That's never been the point of them making the actual litigation in the first place. As always, they're doing it just to give him as much stuff to do as possible so that he can't be out there on the road talking to folks. He can't do any of that stuff because apparently he's too busy fighting lawsuits. So he doesn't have the time to campaign. Do you see how that works? To them, they basically see, as long as we can make him look bad enough during the Super Tuesday situation so he doesn't get the nomination, we might be in good hands, because then we can go get our WEF guy, Vivek Ramaswamy, right up in the front, and then it's all business as usual. Good night, Scroats my goats. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. I mean, outside of all of this, it just seems like all these people are coming together to basically fuck themselves up. Like, this chick, Fannie Willis, is literally ruining her career in the legal profession to take out Donald Trump. And it's just like, I have no idea how this is even a possibility. Whatever. This. Wow, what's that? Discord.com shuts down after a major data breach, and it says hackers stole the data of 760,000 users. So yeah, sorry to all you people that are in our Discord server. Apparently Discord got hacked, and hackers now have our private data. Damn you, Discord. I thought you guys were supposed to be super cool and stuff and never get hacked, but apparently, well, I was fucking wrong. Y'all asses got hacked. Big time. Yeah. So who knows? Insane. Discord.com got hacked. That sucks. Figured I'd let you know since we use it for our shit. So sorry that y'all got hacked. Sorry about that. Y'all getting hacked. Whatever. I went down to Fulton County Commissioner's office to complain about my property tax. I met people who request how much the DA indictment is costing me as a taxpayer, and as I was leaving the meeting, I took this short clip of the press lined up to get a glimpse of those being indicted. You can see they're eagerly awaiting President Trump's arrival, and that they're sitting there for as long as it takes. Yep. Yeah, they're all waiting for that Donald Trump headshot. They're probably going to get it. What's this? Breaking. YouTube no longer has a COVID-19 policy, but an expanded policy to ban any medical misinformation that contradicts the WHO or local health authorities like the CDC regarding substances and prevention, treatment, or the denial of health conditions. Oh yes, this is a new thing that YouTube has posted up. So if you've noticed that I've really stayed the fuck out of talking about anything having to do with any type of health, anything, it's mostly because of this. Because the medical misinformation policy that used to be the COVID-19 medical misinformation policy is now been updated to just be the medical misinformation policy. And now they do not allow any content that possesses a serious risk of egregious harm by spreading medical information who contradicts local health authorities, LHAs, or the World Health Organization's guidance about specific health conditions and substances. This policy includes the following categories: prevention misinformation, treatment misinformation, and denial misinformation. Note, YouTube's medical misinformation policies are subject to change in response to changes from guidance from the health authorities or the WHO. There may be a delay between LHAs and WHO guidance and policy updates, and policies may not cover all LHA WHO guidance related to a specific health condition or substance. What this policy means for you. Don't post content on YouTube if it includes any of the following: prevention misinformation. We do not allow any content that promotes information that contradicts health authority guidance or the prevention or transmission of a specific health condition on a safety, efficacy, or ingredients of the currently approved and administered vaccinations. What that means is that they don't give a shit anymore. You're not even allowed to talk about any medical diagnoses that do not fall in line with the people that they just described. So regardless of any portion of the thing, whether it's how safe they are, if they're effective, what's in them, doesn't matter, mRNA, any of that shit, graphene, don't give a fuck, don't talk about it. Treatment misinformation. We do not allow content that promotes information that contradicts the health authority on treatments for specific health conditions. As you can see, it's pretty much the same thing. And yes, we do not allow content that denies the existence of specific health conditions. Denial misinformation. So what does that mean for you if you're watching content or posting content? It basically means that they've increased the reach of their COVID-19 policy to incorporate a lot of other medical stuff. And I do believe this is also going to include anything that has to do with the trans rights movement, because there's a lot of people that deny, see what I'm saying there? There's a lot of people that deny the existence of certain things, and that the reasoning behind this is that now they can also utilize that very, very, very hardcore policy to also remove people because they're going against the guidance on the WHO when in reference to certain types of individuals that change genders and such. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't be making fun of those certain individuals anymore because now you're going to fall under a much more direct thing if you're making fun of people because of their weight or denying that being a large-weighted person, you can get in trouble for that. And this is a new stealth update and change that literally nobody's even talked to. And if you think about it, they're talking about prohibiting false cancer treatments and all kinds of other things. And they're doing it under the guise of the medical misinformation thing, the same thing that took out oh so many individuals back in 2019, 2020, and 2021. At least be aware that the more that you post vaccine stuff and more stuff that you post like that in Discord, the more that I'm never going to talk about it on the channel because I'm trying to protect what little left that we have. So this will be the last time that I ask you, nay, beg you to stop posting that shit in my Discord for the love of God. Like, there's 1,000 other places that you could post that shit. I'm not gonna get stuck on it. I've been not stuck on it for a long time, but like I'm literally never going to talk about it. And this is why. And it's not because I don't care about it. I care a little. I care more about not losing what little we have left. Care is literally more important to me. Just think about it. You know, personal experience doesn't matter. None of that stuff's matter. All that matters is that this is the guideline. So the guideline says this. That means we don't do it. So, you know, don't get mad if you're spending time posting 27 links about vaccination stuff that I'm never going to talk about because I'm never going to talk about it. I'm never going to talk about it because I just simply don't care. And I'm trying to protect myself from being deleted because I've already been deleted enough. I've already lost enough. I'm not losing more because somebody else is selfishness. Not gonna do. Not doing. What's this? Hillary to become a hurricane and approaches California? Uh-oh. Hillary's gonna kill California? Oh, I think they're talking about an actual. Well, if something hits California, whatever. Sucks for the Californians. What's this?
That it is Barack Obama who corrupts the Justice Department. It is Hillary Clinton who routinely breaks the law and gets away with it. And now we have Joe Biden who's learned. He's learned from Obama that doesn't matter what you do, if you're a liberal Democrat, you will not be prosecuted. He learned from Hillary that a person in high public office can get millions and millions of dollars. And they learned from watching Donald Trump that a true outsider willing to take on the entire system could destroy their entire machine. So what you're seeing across the country is a desperate last-ditch effort by a corrupt machine to destroy their most dangerous opponent in a way which not only breaks the Constitution, destroys the rule of law, and establishes a moment of bitterness, which I think will last for a generation or more. I think this is going to be a horrendous period, and we just need to understand the people who want to control America and dictate to the rest of us will break any law, lie about any topic, and manipulate the system any way they can, and that includes a lot of the elite news media.
Yeah. It's really like that. It's really like that. Like, protecting what little you have left is probably the most important thing right now. Right now. Now, I had something funny that I wanted to pull up, but this douchebag fucking deleted it already. So I can't even show it to you. But yeah, I actually got somebody calling themselves Red Pill Drifter to delete a tweet because he's one of those guys that was posting a trace route of Tiffany Go Boss's website for TiffanyGoBoss.com. If you don't know who Tiffany Go Boss is, she's that motherfucker's not real guy on the plane or whatever. We watched the videos yesterday, and I've just been seeing so many fucking pine cones, and that's what I call them, pine cones, because they're about as useful as a fucking pine cone. And literally the only thing that a pine cone is really useful for is starting a fire and then burning out and going the fuck away. But yes, I've been seeing lots of people giving me all kinds of information about trace routes and how, I did a trace route on this server and I connected it to the Department of Defense. She's a military plant. So I posted a tweet on this guy's timeline and I was like, this guy was like, this is devastating if true. DYOR. And then I just was like, that's not how trace routes work. This dude's a pine cone. And then this guy was like, well, it shows the hops and lookups, but I don't know. That's why we DYOR. And then I'm just like, well, he deleted the tweet. My fucking work here is done. But the overall thing here was that a lot of people keep pulling up the trace route. So here's one that I did using an online trace route calculator that gives you buku information, and it shows you exactly. So you have the question mark jumps, and that's when it's going through the government systems that you're not supposed to know about. But yeah, you see it going through the loop back. And then going out the main address, another main address, another main address. Oh, goes to Linode, then goes to the Kame, and then it goes to Kame again, and then it goes to level 3, and then it goes to Network Solutions, which is exactly where the chick's website was addressed, and then it gives us the actual unified layer hosting for the internal because it's hitting every single interface, not like going to routers or anything. It's showing you the interfaces that it's going through. And the ones with the question marks are the interfaces that you're not allowed to know about, but they still have to at least tell you that it did go through one of those capture exchanges. So I have to keep going out there and pulling up the IP addresses that it's listed. You'll notice that this is a /17. That's a /21. Hello, Blanca Zombie. But it basically shows that anytime somebody does this trace route thing, they just pick out whatever log that they see maybe a government server and put it out there. But the reality of it is actually simple. The only traces that actually matter are the Linode Akame cloud, the other Akame connector, the level 3 connector, and the Network Solutions connector, because it's hosted on Network Solutions. It goes onto an internal network at Network Solutions because it's hosted there, which is in Jacksonville, fucking Florida, where the server is hosted. Not in fucking Washington, D.C., because that's the hop that it has to make to go through the goddamn capture system, you fucking morons. But yeah, it just pisses me off when I have to go through and actually pull this stuff up, but it made me laugh so hard because this motherfucker deleted it. Yeah, so you can see exactly where the IP address actually is going to, and it's registered in a bunch of different places, but it's always been registered through Network Solutions, and it's only ever existed in Florida or in Georgia. That's it, because they have data centers literally in both areas, and they can trade IP addresses data centers because they own pretty much the entire IP address block from 56, 131.0 all the way to 254. So, I don't know. More and more people are coming to me with this kind of crazy shit. I have to put it up. But today I actually I lamp blasted somebody so fucking hard today with this shit that they literally deleted their tweet because they felt that bad. I was like, this guy's a fucking Plyco. Bro, L2 Computer, it's a Network Solutions IP registered out of Jacksonville, Florida. And the dude fucking deleted the shit. I don't know why. It just makes me feel good. Like, Red Pill Drifter, you pine cone? That's not how traceroute works. Got a clue. Yeah, this guy deleted it. But, like, most of those guys, if we go look at his time zone, Simpsons did it again. Directed energy weapons in Hawaii. HARP. Fluoride in the water. Satanic rituals at the Travis Scott concert. Oh, wow. Did we just find one of those accounts that just posts every fucking conspiracy theory out there? Yeah. So now I'm just going to follow this account, and I'm going to have to start debunking every little fucking thing that he posts. And he's going to block me. And it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited for the future on this one. Super excited. Yeah. What the fuck? Donald Trump rapper is now voting for Trump? That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. Looks like we're going to be having a little bit of a cheese. But anyways, one thing to note, Looking Glass servers are served around the internet, running one or a variety of publicly available Looking Glass software implementations. Are commonly deployed by autonomous systems to offer access to their routing infrastructure, facilitate debugging network issues. The Looking Glass server is accessed remotely for the purpose of routing information. Essentially, the server acts as a limited read-only portal to routers of whatever organization is running an LG server. Typically, Looking Glass servers are run by autonomous systems, internet service providers, network service providers, and internet exchange points. Looking Glasses are web scripts directly connected to routers, admin interface services such as Telnet or SSH. These scripts are designed to relay textual commands to the web and to the router to give print back a response. They often implement Perl, PHP, and Python and are publicly available on GitHub. Looking Glass. Alice in Wonderland. Looking Glass. Alice in Wonderland. To the Looking Glass. Project Gutenberg. The last time that I saw something about the Looking Glass, like glass, time travel. Yeah, these portals let you build into another city. Imaginations. Yeah, text. I kind of remember looking through the Looking. Right. Well. Huh. Yeah, a conspiracy poster. I don't know. I remember the Looking Glass. Wait, Looking Glass CERN. That? Ah, yes, the Looking Glass at CERN. That's what I remember in it. Have a Looking Glass at CERN. Damn, Christina just gave us a $1.99 through the super chat. Somebody send us some money and a little heart. We appreciate it. Through the Looking Glass and what Atlas found there. The dark sector and the search for dark matter. Project Looking Glass. CERN splits timelines.
Go. Today on Open Loops, we have somebody that I've wanted to have on.
Today on Open Loops. Gamma ray through the Looking Glass. The Looking Glass experiment. Alice in Wonderland. Looking Glass. Time travel. Stargates. Looking Glass. Pack pill. Yeah, there's so much stuff. Project Looking Glass. Time travel. Space technology. Weird. Almost forgot about Project Looking. You forget about Project Looking Glass? Oh. I don't know. But what I do know is that, what's this?
Okay, and do you have more of those?
We have the entire batch. There's 62 images in here total, and I didn't even get a chance to go through all of them. You can see Republican is written there, Republicans written there. This is ballot 61. This is ballot number 2.
Oh, yeah. Gotta be real careful with that. Gotta be real fucking careful with all that. And I mean, pretty much this is probably the last thing I have to go through. Although, did you guys watch the World Event Day 1, The Plan with Mike Lindell? I didn't really watch it, but I heard Tar Morris Lindman, the criminal scammer was one of the people that was talking on it. So basically, Mike Lindell's out. Don't care about Mike Lindell anymore. He's a dumbass. And I mean, honestly, I feel really bad for all the people that are actually spending all their time on this garbage today. Because literally garbage. But I know she was on here somewhere, dude. They actually had her fucking insane. Insane. I guess this is last. Professional mountain bike racer Kyle Warner says 6 people from his vaccine died last month. What do you believe?
Driving to a doctor's appointment this morning. That's all it is. It's about liability. Like, who has the liability here? And when someone's making money off of this whole thing, there needs to be liability. Period. Because my life is affected drastically, and I'm lucky, you know? Out of the React 19 group, 6 people committed suicide in the past month or so. Like, this is a real thing. There's no one to talk to. There's no one to go to, and then everything's censored. So I tried to be that voice, and I was just driving to a doctor's appointment this morning, and I just kind of broke down and pulled over, and then I don't want to have to go through them. That's all it is. It's about liability. Like, who
Interesting. Can't be talking about medical stuff anymore. But always get stuff that's being posted about all that stuff, and I just can't ever do anything with it. Can't ever do nothing with it, which sucks. But hey, I guess that's the way that it's supposed to be, my friends. So as you can see, the news today is, well, news. Not very good, not very bad, but at least we did our due diligence today to try to discuss a little bit with you. Either way, we appreciate you guys coming and joining us for another fantastic episode of the Griftcast IRL. I've been your host, Manuel Chavez III, or the Turd, depending on how you know me. And honestly, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thanks for being here. And make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll definitely see you on the next one. We will keep up the fight and keep wondering how things are going to be moving forward in the future. Either way, much love to you, and I hope you have a nice day. Oops.